Hi, I'm Matt Bentley. I'm Professor of Marine Biology at Newcastle University and Director of the University's Dove Marine Laboratory at Culligat's.
Great. So can you explain coral bleaching to us?
I can. It's probably better to start just making sure we understand what corals are.
Yeah.
And corals are reef-forming organisms which are comprised of colonies of what are called polyps, which resemble tiny anemones. And in fact they're related to sea anemones. They're cnidarians, and scleractinian corals are the reef-building corals. And these coral colonies exist in symbiosis with microscopic algae of a genus Symbiodinium, which are in an intimate relationship contained within the coral polyps, so that they provide essential nutrients to the coral polyp in return for shelter and in return for some of the CO2 which the coral produces through respiration, and that enables the Symbiodinium to photosynthesize. So coral bleaching is the occurrence of, as the name suggests, of the bleaching of coral to give a white appearance from its normal green appearance. Most people imagine that corals are actually white because that's the coral skeleton which you see in tourist shops or in museums. Living coral is in fact green in colour because of the symbiotic relationship of the zooxanthellae, the microscopic algae contained within it. So when a coral becomes stressed, it tends to expel the zooxanthellae, hence becoming white in colour. And the stress which can affect corals includes changes in seawater temperature, particularly increased seawater temperatures. Coral normally exists within a fairly narrow temperature range, with an optimum being about 26 or 27 degrees Celsius. So when corals become stressed through increased sea temperatures, it can also be things like sedimentation, other pollutant events, stressful events and so on, but typically it's caused by increased temperatures. Then the zooxanthellae are expelled, the coral loses its symbiotic relationship with these zooxanthellae, so it doesn't get the nutrients, and ultimately the coral dies. And in coral bleaching events, which occur relatively frequently over recent years, there have been 6 major coral bleaching events since about 1998. Something like 40 to 50% of the corals can suffer mortality.